Hello everyone, welcome back again to Selenium WebDriver with Java September 2025 batch session 4. In today's session, I will cover few of the important key topics from the Java like the string immutability, the importance of string buffer class, and the Java OOPS concept, object-oriented programming structure concept, where I will cover inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, and I also cover the importance of super and final keyword in today's session. So just minutely follow each and every details. Apart from my document, whatever I'm sharing, I will try to give real-time examples which might not be covered in Java, and like more and more practical implementation. So just do the practice and gain the confidence. Any questions, revert me. We'll try to help you out. So in the first session you already learned about Java strings. So strings is nothing but a sequence of character. It can be numeric value, or maybe it kind of character or any special character value also. It will be within the double quote. Okay, and Java string class provide lot of method to deal with that. But in Java, strings object, whatever you are creating, are immutable. Immutable, what it means? It simply means unmodifiable or unchangeable. Okay, once strings object is created, its data or state cannot be changed, but a new string object can be created. Because immutable objects cannot be changed, they can be shared among multiple threads safely. This eliminates the requirement of doing synchronization. So this thread part you'll be learning in the next session of the Java, where you can get to know what is thread, right? What is the multi-threading, all this stuff. But still, I can say that multi-threading is nothing but using that multiple resources to do the work simultaneously instead of giving more time. In case you are doing able to do the parallelly with multiple resources, you can complete the work with minimal time. Java uses the concept of string literal. Suppose there are 10 or 20 reference variable. One variable they are referring in 20 places or 10 places. All refer to one object like Java. If one reference variable changes the value of the object, it will be affected to all the reference variable. That is why string objects are immutable in Java. I do not want to change everywhere. So that is the reason strings are immutable. You cannot change it. But yes, in case you want to change, there are a lot of options available like string builder class, string buffer class. We will discuss it. String buffer class in today's sessions only, where you can change it. But normally, like string are immutable in nature in Java. So that are the different questions we'll be asking in the interview as well. That are you able to change the string value? Answer is simply no with the string object. But answer will be yes. In case you are creating object with the help of the string buffer class or string builder class, you can change the value. So that is the reason these two class came into the Java, right, to change the string value. So let's see the implementation of the string immutability. Okay, let's create some class for today's session. Okay, this is the project we are referring, and this is the package. Let's create a new class. Right click, new class, say session 4. Let's define some string, say str, equal to just simply give hello Java. That's all. Okay. In case formatting is does not look good, select the complete code, click on the source, click on the format, or press Control Shift F. Automatically formatting will be done. So now this string object created. Now if you want to use that all the different methods available in the string, what will happen? Right? This method will not change the original string value. Let's see str dot, say I'll be creating a method called concat method. Okay, where I can append some string, right? So hello Java, and I can try to concat something called hello Java world, right? Okay, then Just try to print the string variable. Okay, what will happen? It will print hello Java world. You are concatenating? No, because strings are immutable in nature. You cannot do it directly. It will be still printing hello Java only. It will not be changed. So what is the way you can do? You can create a new variable, whether same name or any other name. Then you can do it. So what I can do, like I can change a new variable. Okay, let's remove this code. Let's do it later. Let's create a new variable same way. Okay, str. Same thing you can just assign as a reference variable. Okay, and then you can concat. After that, if you want to print, it will be changed because you are just changing the reference. That's fine. But original reference you are not changing, touching. So original thing will not be covered. Wherever this kind of code will be coming, later point of time it will be added. Or you can create new variable also. That is fine. So this is also fine. Okay. Otherwise, you can try to create a new variable. Okay, that is also fine. Okay, I will see. I will show you. Okay, so that is the way, right? String immutability will definitely help us in case you are using the same reference variable in 20 place, 30 place, 50 place, 100 place, and you do not want to touch any value. That is the way the string, like default feature, which is the nature of the immutability, helps us, right, to save our code. But in case you are creating new variable, there is no problem because your reference variable is getting changed. So you can change it anywhere. Okay, let's try to give other example, say string str1 equal to give something called Java Selenium Java. Okay, let's give it simple thing. Now again, let's do str1 dot like replace method. Okay, I want to just replace all a with e only, or I can replace maybe whole string Java to Python. Okay, so you can replace a phrase or a character. Okay, now then just try to print out that str1. So what will happen? Nothing will happen. Old value will be printed out because strings are immutable in nature. Okay, hello Java is still coming. So Selenium Java is coming. But if you want to actually replace it, you need to create a new variable, or you need to just store in same thing with different reference variable. So what you can do, you can create a new variable here. Let's create something called string str2. That's fine because you are creating new variable where you can do anything. Now you can try to print it out str2. That is fine. But original string I cannot change it. Right? You could see Selenium Python is coming. It's completely replaced. So that is the way, right? We can definitely verify, certify that string Java, specifically string object in Java are immutable in nature. Immutable simply means unmodifiable or unchangeable. The next question will be coming that is there no options available in Java to change that string object value? Yes, there is two class available, string buffer and string builder. Okay, mostly similar thing. Okay, but we will discuss about the string buffer. If you know anything, it will work. Okay, so StringBuffer is a PR class of string which provide much of the functionality of the string. String represent fixed length, immutable character sequence, while StringBuffer represent growable and writable character sequence. StringBuffer may have character and substring inserted in the middle or appended to the end. It will automatically grow to make room for such addition and often has more character pre-allocated than are actually needed to allow room for growth. String buffer are safe for use by multiple threads, and that is the only difference between string buffer and string builder class. String buffer is safe for multiple thread, means multiple resources can work on the string buffer, whereas string builder is similar class, but it is cannot be used by the multi-thread. It only single thread safe. So that is the reason, right? In case something is single thread, it will be little bit slow. In case it's multi-thread, it will be little bit fast, right? So string buffer is little bit fast, whereas string builder, which is only difference is only its handle single thread. It cannot support multi-thread. So that is the reason it is little bit slower. That is the only two difference. Otherwise, there is no difference. The class is StringBuffer and where it will be string builder. That's all. The method can be synchronized wherever necessary so that all the operation on any particular instance behave as if they occur in the some serial order. Whenever an operation occur involving a source sequence, such as like deleting, inserting, appending from a source sequence, this class synchronize only on the string buffer performing the operation, not on the source. Let's see the implementation. Let's first see the what are the important methods are available in string buffer or string builder class. Same way, same method available. Append, it is primarily used to add text at the end of the existing text. This is the important method coming from the only string buffer class or string builder class. Append means in case you want to add something at the end only, you can use append. In case you was used to insert something at the middle, you can use insert method. It is used to insert the given string with this particular base string at a given position. Replace, it is used to replace the whole given string from the specified, sorry, it is used to replace the given string, okay, from the specified beginning index and end index. Delete, this method of string buffer class deletes the string from the specified beginning index and end index. Replace means only replacing. Delete means it's deleting the whole thing from specified index, start and end index. Reverse, this will completely reverse the string, right? This method of reverse method of string builder class reverse the current string. Length and capacity, the length of a string buffer can be found by the length method, while total allocated capacity can be found by the capacity method. This, whenever you be seeing, then you can understand the implementation. Let's see it. Okay, let's see the implementation. Now let's try to create a object or instance using string buffer class. String buffer, it is a class, and I can give something variable name called sb equal to new, uh, say string buffer, and here you can give the string, say give something called string reference, say Java world, like that, right? Simple thing I have did. Now what you can do, if you want to call the object, and then you can use append. You could see this is the method is coming, right? What you can use, append, like character sequence. You can try to append something. Okay. So hello Java world. Okay. Something called uh, test. Like I want to add, you can give some space like that. After that, you can simply try to print out SB, because this is growing. Now you could see what's happening. It will add it automatically. You are not creating an object or insert new variable. It is still adding its, right. It is still what happening, growing. Okay, that is the beauty, right? It is not a string, it is a string buffer class. So that's thing later introduced to handle this kind of requirement. So this is the append one. Original string is getting changed. Now let's comment it out. And now what we can do, we can use sp dot, okay, insert. Okay, you could see you need to give that starting index and ending index, right? Whatever you can just give it, starting and ending index. Okay, insert. What you can give, starting index, maybe give something called indexing where you want to insert. Okay, let's give it third position. And what you want to insert, something called real word, right? Let's see what's happening here now. Okay, third position it will be inserted, means without removing anything, it will simply insert it. Third position, you could see what, this is the zeroth index, first, second, and third position is here. It is actually inserting, right? Third position. So after jab, this real is getting added, then a is coming, and then space and world is coming. So it is inserted. So this is insert. Append we already learned. Then we'll see about that replace. Say sb dot replace. Okay, you could see what you need to give: start index, end index, and whatever string you want to replace. So let's give start index say 2 and end index is 5. So this part will be removed actually and new thing will be added. Okay, let's give something called Selenium. Okay, so from 2 to 5 character will be removed and Selenium will be added here, replacing, not other part. Now you could see 2 to 5 after Java, right? Because this is 0th index, this is first index. So 2 from the 2 to 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and this one, right? 2 to 5 means till that, I mean 5 position. This 3, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 2, 3, 4, yes. So you could see the Java Selenium added, including the space also word and word also there. So that is the way you can replace something. Now what we will do, replace part reverse. We can just reverse it. sb dot reverse. It will completely reverse the string. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, you could see D L R O W space A V A J, completely reversing the string. So these are the thing you can use later point of time if you want to reverse it. You could see how quickly I can reverse it without doing anything with the help of the string buffer. Okay. Now what we can do? We can try to print out the length and the capacity. So sb dot length and sb dot capacity. Okay, you could see what's coming here. Okay, length is 10. Okay, and capacity is 26. Why it is coming? And let's create a new string, another string. Okay, sb1. Okay, Selenium. Give something called Selenium Java testing world. Okay, let's print similar way. Just change that variable name sb1, sb1, and sb1. Now we'll see the difference. What is the way capacity is getting changes. So this part also you need to understand. You could see here 27 is the length, okay, and 43 is the capacity. Here 10 is the length and 26 is the capacity. Okay, so how the capacity is getting calculated in Java StringBuffer class. Okay, I have tried to make a note. The initial capacity will be the length of the provided string plus the default capacity. So initially, in case your character size is less than 16 or up to 16, it will be 16 plus length of the capacity. You could see it is 10, so it is within 16 range. So that is the reason your capacity is calculated as 16 plus actual length 26. Okay, but as and when it is crossing 16 means default capacity. So what way it will happen, right? You need to calculate how many character is there. So 27. Okay, if you 27, how additional after 16? It is 11, right? Now the capacity will be calculated as 16 into 2 plus additional character here. In case it is up to 16, then 16 plus the length of the capacity, I mean length of the string builder or string. So in case it is total length is say 15, it will be 16 plus 15 to 31 capacity will be. But as and when it is crossing 16, so what extra character after 16 you need to calculate, and then formula will be 16 into 2 plus extra character. So that is the stuff sometime interview will be asking what is the way capacity is calculated, right? How much? So the initial capacity will be the length of the provided string plus the default capacity. So in case hello is the length is 5, the initial capacity will be 5 plus 6, 16 equal 21. But when the number of character in the string buffer exceeds its current capacity, the string buffer automatically expand its internal array. The new capacity is typically calculated using the formula old capacity star 2 plus 2. For example, if the capacity is 16 and need to be expanded, the new capacity will become 16 star 2 plus additional size. So here, what is the additional size? It is 27. Additional means 16 plus 11. Additional size is 11. Now, why it is coming 43? 3. So 16 into 2, 32 plus additional 11. It is 43. So that is the way your string capacity also will be calculated with the help of the string buffer class. So what string buffer class can do? I can try to append, I can try to insert, I can try to replace, I can try to delete, I can try to reverse, okay, and I can get the length and the capacity as well. So string builder is nothing same way, right? You can, instead of string buffer, what you can do, you can just change it to string builder. There will be no problem. Okay, you can just change it to string builder. All the string is simply same. That's all. Okay, but string builder, I again told, it is single thread shape. Okay, and it will be work little bit. You could see there is no other differences. All the sim is simply same, but it is single thread. In case only you are just wanted to run isolated way using single thread, you can use string builder. Otherwise, it should not work. And whenever in case you are using multi-thread shape mode, then you should use string buffer. Otherwise, all the method is still same. So this is the two class already available in Java to handle that, right? In case you want to change that string, right, string value, you can use that string buffer either or string builder. But you need to make sure that you are remembering whether you want to run in single threaded mode or multi-threaded mode. That you need to remember. Okay, I will just take a pause here. Any questions? All good? This is same only, right? Because sometime I want to do it work in more faster way in single threaded mode, so you can use a string builder class. Okay, because it's single threaded mode, it will be more faster. Okay, operationally more faster, but it does not support multi-threaded mode. It will fail in case you want to work. But in case you want to work in multi-threaded mode, you know that definitely might be little bit slower, but still you can use string buffer. That is the only difference. There is no other. Otherwise, simple single thread means only one resources will work, right? In case you are having 30 suites in your home, you already taken, right, bring from your shop. Okay, and you are the one person only, that time there is nobody available, right? So you have to eat the sweets one by one, and it will take a lot of time to eat everything, right? Okay, but in case in Java also, right, I want to like you want to perform 30 suites, so you are already having 5 family member or maybe 5 other guests came, right? So everybody will be finished taking one suites, like after the lesson and complete, other will be taking suites. So that is the way, within 2 or 3 minutes all suite will be gone. So similar thing, right? Multiple resources will work parallelly simultaneously to do the complete the job. So here it is called thread, which is the lightweight process unit in Java. So this is, I mean, maybe few of the interview, especially for the advanced area only, they'll be asking this kind of question. Otherwise, they do not ask. Okay, so I have just tried to cover everything, all the minute detail concept also. Now I'll go to the very important topics of Java, which is the OOPS. Okay, OOPS is nothing, I already told, like object-oriented programming structure. Okay, in case somebody ask OOP, then it will be object-oriented programming. So C does not support object-oriented programming, but C plus onward, C plus, Java, Python, C Sharp, JavaScript, all the programming, latest programming supports OOP concept, and mostly the concept, four fundamental concepts are same in the OOPs. So definitely object and class will be one of the key important part of the OOPs. Apart from that, four key important pillars are there in the OOPs: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So we'll start with the inheritance. So inheritance is nothing but a parent-child relationship. Okay. So inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behavior of a parent object. It is an important part of OOP's object-oriented programming system or structure. This mechanism promotes code reusability and establishes an is-a relationship between the classes. So using inheritance, user can create classes that are built in existing on the top of existing classes as well, or you can create new classes, then you can establish the inheritance mechanism between two classes or multiple classes as well. When user inherit from an existing classes, then they can reuse methods and field. Field is nothing but the variable from the parent classes, and they can add new method and field in the child class as well. The class where the class member are getting inherited or from where it is getting inherited is called superclass or base class or parent class, and to where it is getting inherited is called subclass, derived class, or the child class. So whenever you are wanted to establish a relationship between the parent child, you need to use the extend keyword at the class level. When a child class extend parent class, it automatically gain access to all the public and protected member fields and methods of the parent class. The child class can then add its own unique field and method as well, or it can override method inherited from the parent class to provide specific implementation. Here example, real-time example is like suppose you are a parent, you are having a child. So by default, in case there is a relationship established called parent-child or is a class relationship, right? Then automatically all the parent property child can access, but not vice versa. Parent cannot access child properties. And also sometime I want to make it heredity wise. So grandparent to parent means parent can access all the properties, right? Methods or variable from the grandparent, and again child can like gain everything from the parent means, so automatically he is the child also able to get everything from the parent as well. So that is called multi-level inheritance. So there are five important types of inheritance. Definitely interview most of the time it will be asking the questions. So very important thing. Single level inheritance or single inheritance is nothing, one parent and one child class. Multi-level is chain of inheritance. It can be like heredity wise, grandparent, parent, child, or maybe even that before that also. Hierarchical inheritance is nothing, one parent can have multiple child class. Suppose that definitely in our life also, right, one parent can have multiple child class, there is no problem. Okay, 3, 4, 10, 1, 2, like anything. Okay, multi multiple inheritance, so that is very important. Multiple means one child can have multiple parents. Is it possible? In Java class, it is not possible. But through interface concept, I'll explaining interface today only. Through interface, that multiple inheritance is possible. So Java does not support multiple inheritance of classes directly, meaning a class cannot extend more than one parent class. This design choice was made to avoid complexity and ambiguities associated with multiple inheritance, such as diamond problem, where a class inherits the same method from two different parent classes, leading to uncertainty about the method implementation to use. But multiple inheritance can be achieved with the help of the interfaces, which I'll be covering today. Then hybrid is nothing, a combination of any two or more types of inheritance, whatever already discussed for inheritance. So this is the five type of inheritance is there. Now let's see the inheritance implementation. Let's try to create a new class. Let's create something called class A. Okay, and select public static void main method. Okay, let's define some variable called integer a equal to 20 and create a method public void say integer I comma integer j, public void I plus j. Okay, and method name I need to give, say method name I'm giving called add, addition, simple addition method. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is the basic thing you already learned. Now I can create a object or instance for the class A called obj A equal to new class A. That simple thing. Now, as these are non-static in nature, so with the help of that object A, I can try to call them variable and the method. So its variable value I wanted to print it out in the console, so I need to use the object and variable A. Okay, you could see it's coming. Now, if you want to print that method, you need to call that addition, and here you can pass some variable like 20 called comma 30. Now, if you want to execute it, it's fine, working fine. Okay, 20 and 50 is coming, perfectly working fine. Now, let's create another class, class B. Okay, let's try to create two variable here. Let's give something called variable B and subtraction. Okay, you can change the variable because there is no problem at all. These are the internal local variable, na? That is the reason same variable you can declare anywhere. This is local because it is inside the block of code. Okay, and now what you can do, you can create an object or instance for the class B. Say obj equal to new. You could see what is the way I am declaring the variable as well, right? So object as well, so that you can anyone can understand. So always you need to think that what is the best way we can write the variable class, everything, all the names, so anybody can understand, and it is very easy for us for the debugging purpose. Dot b variable b dot b. Right? Sorry, no, my bad. Object difference object b dot b. Okay, you could see it is coming from the class b, and then with the help of the object b, I can call the subtraction method dot subtraction, and you can give something called 30 and 15 like that. That's fine, and you could able to do it. Now we are having two class A and class B, but there is no relationship established. Then think about that class B. I want to access all the properties, primarily variables and method for in the class A from the class A in the class B. Let's try to use it. Okay, and let's try to dot. Are you able to access A? No, right? You are not able to access A variable or the addition method. Let's try to forcefully do it. Let's see what's happening here. Let's forcefully do it. It will be throwing you the error because it is not able to understand that variable. So we have created two classes, but we did not establish a relationship. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to create B as child class and A as parent class. So what is the way I can do it? Extend keyword and give the class name, which parent class. Now you could see class A. Okay. Okay, so the class B I have given an extend keyword name of the class A. Just copy it. So now what is happening? Class B is the child and class A is a parent. Now what I can do, with the help of that child class reference, I can call the variable or method from the parent class. Let's give that, press dot. You could see A is coming now, and I am able to access it without any error. Where A is coming? A is coming from the class A. So class A is a parent here. And similarly, if you just press dot, addition method also will be coming. You could see addition also coming from the class A. So that is the way you can achieve that parent class properties. Properties means all the method and all variables you can access it with the help of the inheritance concept. So this is called single level inheritance. Now you can have multi-level inheritance. Let's create one more class called class C. Okay, where you can define some value or variable also or method also. That's fine. Let's create some variable integer C equal to 100. Okay, let's create only the variable I've created. You can create in number of method as well. Now what I'll do, I'll try to create a class objc, create an object for this class. Okay, Now I can try to call that object, and definitely I can try to access that method, whatever, sorry, variable, whatever created here. But I'm not able to access the methods or variable written in A or B class. Okay, then what is the way I can do? Now I will do something that class C as a child and class B I want to extend it. Okay, so what I am doing, I am using extend keyword and trying to extend that class B. Now what is happening? Class C is the child and where class B is the parent. But for class B, class A is the parent. So what is the relationship I am establishing? It is called multi-level inheritance. So class A is the grandparent, class B is the parent, and class C is the child. So the child can access both the parent and grandparent stuff. So you could see SO if you just press that object reference for the class C. If you press dot, you could see A is coming, B is coming, C so definitely will be coming. A is coming from the class A, B is coming from the class B. Similarly, addition method will be coming from the class A, subtract method is coming from the class B. So I can access both child, right, and parent, sorry, parent and grandparent class, all the variables and all the method, because I already created something called multi-level inheritance. Okay, so simple thing you can do it. Now see, okay, all the thing is coming. Variable A value will be coming 20, like B value is coming as also 20. You can change it also. Suppose if you want to change the variable value B as 50, that's fine. Let's run it again. Let's see what's happening here. So that is called multi-level inheritance. Now say A is a class, you can create another class called class D, and you want to extend A in the class D. So what will happening? Class A will be parent and multiple children you are creating, right? Class B and class D. So that will be your hierarchical inheritance. Okay, but multiple inheritance you cannot do through this Java class concept, but will be implemented with the help of the interface. So single parent, sorry, single child cannot have multiple classes in Java, but interface it is possible. And hybrid is nothing but combination of that any of the four. Okay, so this is the way your inheritance is established. But inheritance, whenever you are creating the parent class or base class and child class or subclass, like all the child class can inherit from the parent or grandparent class, but not the vice versa. Okay, so let's go to that child parent class here B, and let's try to access something with this object from the child class, which is the C. Are you able to access? No, you cannot do it because it's like one way, right? Grandparent to parent and parent to child, but not from parent to right, child to parent or parent to grandparent. So this is the inheritance where, like, child can acquire all the variables or all the method, all the properties, or can access all the variables or all the method defined, right? In case you already establishing the relationship, which is nothing but is a relationship, especially the inheritance in Java. In Java, like primarily five type of inheritance available: single inheritance, one parent, one child; multi-level, chain of inheritance like grandparent to child; hierarchical inheritance like one parent can have multiple child class; multiple inheritance not possible through class concept, but it can be achieved through interface concept; and hybrid is a combination of any two or more inheritance, whatever you have discussed so far. Okay, I will take a pause. So what is the real-time example? Suppose say, in case you are studying in a college, so college will be having a base class where all the rules, regulations, everything will be there, right? What is the like college total principal name, right? Vice principal name, yeah, or whatever way, what department college is having, all these details. What is the holiday? What is the plan? All the details will be there. So there we can create a base class. After that, we can create n number of child class, like department wise, like say electronics, electrical, communication, instrumentation, computer science, IT, like that. And within those classes again we can have something like that called year, first year, second year, third year, fourth year. And even within the year also you can have like your section A, section B, section C, section C, like that. So that is the way we can have from the parent to child relationship, so that whatever we are defining at the base class level, everything they should inherit, so that in case you want to change something, you can just update only in the base class, so automatically all the child class should be updated accordingly. So that is the way you can try to create some parent child relationship, or you do like implement the inheritance concept in the real time as well. Yeah, sorry, I think somebody was having some question. Yeah, multiple inheritance means like in case I want to create something called multiple parent, right? So that is not possible in Java. It will be because multiple parent might be having different method, right? So that is the reason classes it will be having the problem. But interface I'll cover, then you can understand. Okay, how you can achieve it. Suppose say multiples like say just in case it's class it is allowing, right? Interface, that is the reason, right? Method body is not defined, so there will be no problem. Right? Yes, right. But here body is defined, then you cannot exchange it, right? That is the problem will be coming. That is the reason ambiguity and diamond problem will be coming, because in interface there will be no method body, only will be having the method, so I can implement accordingly. That is the reason through interface multiple inheritance is possible. But here it is class is not possible. Where? Why? Because in the class, normal class will be having the body, right, and it will be creating the conflict or ambiguity, which cannot be solved. Okay. Yeah, I just given na. Just now I told, right, the college. But or maybe suppose say their organization, right? Say think about the IT. Okay, you are working for a company, so company will be having some rules regulation, right? And everywhere the employee is working, right? It may be development, it may be testing, it may be support. So everything they need to just inherit the base class, so that all the like if rules regulation will be applies to all the I mean all the way, right? All the streams, all the teams, right? Yes, single level, multi level, whatever way they want to do, but yeah, that is. So now we'll go to the second OPS concept, which is nothing but the polymorphism. Poly means many, and morphism means form. So this is the Greek word. Okay, so polymorphism is in Java is a concept by which user can perform a single action in different way. Polymorphism derived from two Greek words. Poly means many, and morph means forms or way, right? So many forms or many way. There are two type of polymorphism available in Java. One is called method overloading or compile time polymorphism or static polymorphism. Do not get confused, same name. And one is called runtime polymorphism or method overloading or dynamic polymorphism. So method overloading means, right, it's compile time. During saving the code, you can get to know. Okay, well, method overloading only applicable while you're running the code, which is called dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism. Now we'll discuss these two polymorphism and with real-time example as well. So method overloading, right? Two or more method have same name in the same class, but they should be different in the following way: either number of argument or type of argument. I think in the last session I already covered about the constructor overloading, right? So similarly, I can also overload the method, whereas I can have the same name, but I can have different argument or number of argument or type of argument. So in the real time example, suppose you are a person, right? You are taking a training. So just generically, I could say that you are a student for me. You are a person. So how it is very based on the your environment, based on the timing, based on the circumstances, you are calling as a student for me. In case you are a home, you can be a son, brother, or father for your family members. Right? Tomorrow you are going to office. So you'll be an employee for the like for your company. Okay, then you are going to the market or maybe the bank, you'll be customer for them. So same person is changing, right, with different, either some different circumstances, different timing, different places. But here Java will try to do something called with the number of argument or type of argument. Okay, let's see the implementation. So we already created a class A. I've created a method called this addition. Let's try to do something. Let's give uh, okay, you could see error message is coming. Why? Because your method cannot have the same name with same parameter. This is called signature of the method. This is called signature of the method. Method name plus different number of parameter along with the return type. This is considering the method signature. So either you need to change anything, either method name or method return type, or you can also change it the method signature from here. Number of argument or type of argument. Now you could see I want to create one more argument, add variable here. So it is fine, perfectly fine. Or otherwise, you can change the data type. Instead of integer, make it double. So it will still work. Now you can call it accordingly based on your requirement. You could see whenever you are calling the addition, all the three methods will be coming, which are method overloaded. Real time example in Selenium, whenever you already seen the first session, divert dot find element by dot id or name or class name or tag name or css or XPath, anything. So this is the real time example of this one. And method inheritance real time example, whenever you will be creating the framework, you'll be creating a base class. In the base class, you'll be having all the method for browser launching, browser closing, any utilities like insert, right, reporting, all this part you'll be just keeping in the base class. And every page class or child class you'll be extending the base class, so that every pages class, definitely whatever you want to change in the base class, everything they will inherit, and accordingly they will work. So I can make it double like that, and other three variable also I can call it. Okay, now if you run, you could see it will work. Okay, yeah, just go ahead please. Yeah, any questions, go ahead. Why? Hmm. No, no, it can have na, because in the real time what we'll be doing in the base class, you'll be creating only one base class. Okay, literally you can easily understand when you're covering the framework. One base class will be there where mainly all the important part like your browser initiation, closing, screenshot, utility, right, or if you want to interact with some excel file, all the important thing, whatever is common for all the pages will be there. And after that, in case you want to interact with 20 pages, you can create 20 page class. So what is the happening in the real time, you can, in case you are facing something, you can directly go to this page class, so you can understand what the problem is happening with the locator or with the method. And for every page class, you will be trying to identify all the element whatever you'll be interacting. And for all this element also, you will be trying to add all the method. And you'll be creating one more class called test cases. You can have n number of test cases also class, where you'll be trying to call all the method from the page class or the base class. So that is the way your framework will be little bit easy. And it will be, why it is easy, because you, in case you are following the proper structure, later point of time debugging will be easy. In case something got fail, you can easily understand where my problem lies, and you can go directly there, you can fix the problem. So there is no. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Yes, 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 definitely. No, other class, no, other will not be executed. Yes. Yes. So because you are not executing class A, you are just executing class C. So class C is accessing the class A properties, okay, either method or variable, and is executing accordingly. No, class A is not getting impacted. But in case you are changing something in the class A, automatically your class will be impacted. Yes, yes. Because suppose I have just given the example that in the college, right? Suppose say your principal got changed today, right? So what you'll be doing, you'll be updating the base class, college class. So automatically all the your department, your ER, your section will be automatically change. They will be able to see the principal changes. So this is the compile time polymorphism or method overloading or static polymorphism, because this can be available. You could able to see the problem you are coming during saving the code. You don't need to run it even. Okay. Then we'll go with the method overriding, which is like runtime polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism. Means like on whenever you're running the code, it will able to do it. You able to validate it. Okay. So if the subclass or child class has the same method as declared in the parent class, it is known as overriding in Java. Method overriding in Java. When a method in subclass has the same name, same parameter or signature, and same return type as a method in superclass, then your method in the subclass is said to override the method in the superclass. Constructor cannot be overridden. A method declared final cannot be also overridden. Static method also cannot be overridden. If it is because static method is bound within class, whereas instant method is bound within object. Okay, I'll just giving a simple example. Okay, so suppose say you are already having some your son or daughter, right? And you are having a method for your say surname. Okay, and you already having your surname. Okay, whatever surname, let's give anything surname. So based on your surname, your child or like your daughter or son will be having the same surname. Okay, but say after some years, 18 years when they are adult, they want to change their surname. So they can create a similar method and they can try to update the surname. So whenever at the child level, they will be calling the surname method, which is common in both parent and child class. So what will happen? Because they want to get the surname whatever they wish from their class. So your parent class will override, redundant. Your child class will take the precedence or the importance of the priority. That is called method overriding. Same method, same signature, same parameter in both the class, value is different. Your parent class will be overridden, your child class will take the value. So in the real time in Selenium framework, in case you already have some idea called implicit time, explicit time, all this part, right? Generally implicit time, some whenever you are opening some page, it might take some time to load the page, right? So that is the reason we used to give some time, like 30-second time, implicitly time. So the maximum it will wait for 30 seconds to load the page before throwing any error called element not available, right? No such exception, all this part. Okay. So at that base class level, you can give it 30 seconds. So that is fine, perfectly fine. But for a couple of pages out, in case you are interacting with 200 pages for the whole framework, you know that for 2 or 3 pages, 30 seconds will not be suffice. In case you want to inherit by default the base class part, it will fail. Because you know for these 2 or 3 pages only throughout the framework, there are a huge number of elements there and it might take like maybe 100 second or 150 second to load it. So for those child class, you can create a variable again implicit time called 150 second or 200 second only for those two class, and you can just override it. So only for these two class your child level value will take the precedence and to override the parent class, and that is the way you can just handle those kind of scenario in the real time. So let's see the implementation. So here I am also having addition method. Let's create the same method. Okay, let's uh, basically create some method here, okay, called let's say addition method only. Let's copy it in the child class. Okay, okay. So the same name, same signature, same return type. But here I'm changing that thing. Though it is addition, I want to multiply it, say, in the main thing, right? And I'm changing it. Now let's call this one here, okay, this one addition. So what will happen? You could see it is 680 is coming. Addition, this part is not calling, right? It is getting and child class is taking the present tense. So we are having the addition method name, but body we have changed it I star j multiply. So it is 40 and 17 multiply instead of addition is happening, which the parent class is getting overridden by the child class. So that is the way you can do it. Okay, or let's create something called, let's create a method void, say eat, something like that, eat. Okay, parent eat rice. Okay, and vegetables. Okay, so you're like someone is belong to a veg family. Okay, maybe Marwadi or Jain family, right? They used to eat veg. Okay, so by default I can have something at the your child class or same thing. There'll be no problem in case you are having the same body. Now let's try to call this one. Okay, object B dot eat. You could see now it is coming from the actually B class, class B. So in case you are having same body, there'll be no problem. But say like your child, right, child later went to outside and he or she started eating some like non-veg food. Okay, rice with some say fish. Okay, rice and fish. Okay, she or he started. Now what will happen? Your parent class will override here, and your child class will take the preference, and that is the way its value is coming. Okay, so this is the concept of runtime polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism or method overriding in Java. Now, here in this context, like say there is super keyword available. So, in case though overriding is happening, but still some of the situation might be you want to still use your that parent class properties, especially method, parent class method, right? You want to access it. Okay, then how you can do it because it's overriding. Okay, suppose say you are just giving real time example only, you already having your surname, your daughter maybe your son and daughter is having like created same method for surname, and where they are wanted to change after they like adult. Okay, but you are from restricted family, you cannot allow any your child to change their surname. Okay, so they created the method. Okay, and they are not removing it for now, and you force them or threat them that in case you are not using my details surname, okay, I will be just throwing you out from my family, and you cannot gain anything from my family property heredity wise. So maybe your child will be scared and they want to still use your parent class surname. Okay, so that is also possible still, though it is like that thing is implemented, but with the help of the super keyword I can still access the parent class details. The super keyword in Java is a reference variable which is used to refer immediate parent class object. Whenever your user creates the instance of subclass, an instance of the parent class is created implicitly which is referred by super reference variable. Super keyword can be used at variable level, method level, and constructor level. Private method of super keyword cannot be called. Only public and protected method can be called by the super keyword. Now let's see what is the way I can call the parent class object. Okay, let's create a new method called eat. Okay, and I can give that method called eat from parent using parent. Okay, that is the method I'm creating. Then if you want to call it here, what you need to do, you need to call super. Okay, dot like it. You could see now it is referring that class A reference, right? Method. Now what you can do if you want to just call that one, okay, object B dot it from parent. That method you need to call it without touching anything. So with this method you can still access the parent class. You could see parent rice is and vegetable. Parent eat rice and vegetable. So similarly variable level also. In case you are having two variables, right? Same variable integer a here, okay, you already created some variable a and value is say 100. So by default 100, right? By default if you want to call that variable, it will print the value of the child class. You could see it is coming from the class B only, so definitely the value will be printed as 1000, whatever is there in the child class. Your parent class value will be overridden, right? 100 is coming because I have defined 100. But now I want to access this 20 variable 20 only. Okay, then how can you do? You can create again another method variable called parent variable var from parent, just giving the method name super dot a. You could see now it is referring the class A. Okay, super dot a. Okay, what? Sorry, to print it something. Super dot a, or you can return it also. Then you can call it dot a. Now what you can do? Now you can directly simply call that variable to print the value. Okay, let's do it because this is the method return time is already there called. What is the variable available? Uh, okay, variable from parent. Let's see. So it will be printing the value as 20 because it is coming from the. It is calling that with the help of super keyword. It is calling that parent reference variable. So this is the way it is possible. Also, in case though method overwriting is happening, but still you want to write forcefully access the parent class variable or the method, you need to take help from the super keyword. Then you can access it. Any doubt? Any questions? Now we'll go for the third concept, which is the abstraction in Java. So abstraction is nothing but the hiding the implementation details. Please may make sure hiding the implementation of the logic. Whereas there are one more concept is available, right? Called encapsulation, which is nothing but the hiding the data. But here abstraction is hiding the logic or implementation. Okay, so abstraction is a process of hiding implementation detail. So do not get confused. Both are hiding, but abstraction is hiding the logic or implement detail, whereas encapsulation is nothing but hiding the data from the actual user. Okay, abstraction is a process of hiding implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. In other way, it shows important things to the user and hides internal details. For example, if you want to send an SMS, do you know how it's happening? No, because that is the company, right? They already developed the program logic. They do not want to expose it outside. Okay, but you can get send the message and get the message. That's all. So you do not know the internal processing about the message delivery. If you want to send some mail, you do not know what is the way it's happening. You can send the mail, receive the mail. If you want to go to the bank ATM, right? You can check the bank balance. You can give your PIN number. You can withdraw the money. All this stuff. But do you know what is the processing happening? What? Because the bank will not dispose all this logic. Otherwise, like everybody can access it easily. So abstraction focuses on what the object does instead of how it does. And a class which is declared with an abstract keyword is known as abstract class in Java. It can have abstract and non-abstract method with the body in case you are giving. It will be abstract non-abstract method. In case you are not giving any body, you need to define as an abstract method. And abstract class, you cannot create an object or instance. No, it is not allowed. What you can do, you can try to create some object, sorry, other class, you can extend it there, and you can try to implement the body and you can use it there. Let's see the implementation real time. Let's create a class. We'll create the abstract class. Let's create something called animal. Okay, and let's select this also. Okay, though it is not important. In the animal class, I will make it abstract, public abstract what you need to define. Then it will be using as a abstract class. So this abstract what you need to add it. Now, as and when you are adding abstract, you cannot create the object or instance. It will not allow. So abstract class interface cannot be instantiated, or you cannot create the object or instance. Okay, it does not allow you. It will throw the error. Either you need to remove the abstract keyword, otherwise you cannot create the object or instance directly from the abstract class. Now what we'll do, here we'll try to create a normal method. Public void, say drink. What is the common feature? Drink for all animal, right? So I can mention that animal used to drink water. So this is common feature. So I can give some body and I can make it normal method, means with body, without abstract keyword, normal method. Okay, and which is common for all the animal. So I can give it just like this one, like non-abstract method. And one method I can create something called public abstract void, say abstract void, say eat. And in this abstract method you cannot give the body. That is the way you can create the method. You are not giving any body. In case you want to try to give something, it will throw you the error. What error is coming? Abstract method do not apply a body. Either remove the abstract keyword, you can give the body, that is fine. Either like give do that, keep the abstract keyword and remove the body, that's all. Okay, so what is the thing you will learn? In case you want to create some abstract class, you define the word called abstract. An abstract class can have both abstract or non-abstract method. Abstract method means it cannot have any body, which is not common, which is very specific from other class to class. Wherever this abstract class is inherited, you can define the body only, and you don't need to, right? Sorry, you just define that method only. You don't need to implement any body. But whatever is common, whatever will not change, you can have that body. You can make it non-abstract method. An abstract class cannot be instantiated, or object or instance cannot be created. So that's all here. Now we'll try to create one more class called, say, anything like deer, tiger, monkey, donkey, like human being, like elephant, something like that. So I'll create something called tiger. Okay, here I can create it, select it. Now what I'll do, I will just extend that animal class. Okay, as and when you are extending the animal class, what is happening here? Error message is coming. Why? Because in case you are extending some abstract class, whatever abstract method is there, by default you need to implement it. Okay, you could see error message is coming. You can see here add unimplemented method. You need to implement it. And override symbol will be added to this one. That is the way you can get to know that this particular method is coming from some either from interface or abstract class. And you can give some body here called tiger used to eat meat. That's all. Now you can create an object or instance for the tiger class. Okay, I can give an object name called Royal Bengal Tiger, new tiger. Now with the help of this, I can call this method, whatever already there, drink from the parent class without changing anything. And I can call this method, whatever I have changed here. dot it also. Then you could see it's coming. Now here you can have in your own method also. But next time say, in case you are changing something to your parent class, you are adding one more abstract class. In normal class you are adding, there is no problem. But in case you are adding one more abstract class, okay, instead of it, you can have some more class method, right, called anything, right, say color, okay, that animal should be having some color. So this is the what you are doing, so that everything, every other class whatever they are extending, they should be having something similar to that. They need to implement it. Okay, now you could see error message came already in the child class. Why? Because one more abstract class created and I need to implement it by default. Okay, here also I need to implement it, that's all. And here you can give some color. Okay, like tiger color is black and white, right, like that, black, just giving, okay, simple example. Then you can just use it or not use it, that's fine, but you need to define it here. That is the way you need to understand the logic of abstraction here, especially abstract class. Abstract class means you need to define with the abstract keyword. Abstract class can have abstract method or non-abstract method. Non-abstract method means it can have body. Abstract method it cannot have any body. Abstract class cannot, you cannot instantiate it, or you cannot create the object or instance. Abstract class can be extended to the other class, where you need to implement all the unimplemented method. Later point of time, in case you are adding again new abstract method, automatically your child class need to implement that unimplemented method as well. Otherwise, it will be throwing the error. Okay. So I'm just giving a real-time example of abstraction with the inherent like interface and the class. So say today, like any new car company is coming, okay, and they want to develop some car. Can they develop any way in any of the country? No. Every whenever they are coming to the country, they need to follow some protocol for the country. So suppose say for India country, there will be some rules, there will be some method, they need to implement it. Whatever way implement, that's their logic, but they need to implement the method. Like in India, like the car could will be having some seats capacity, tires, wheels, engine, horn, backlight, front light, AC, whatever is mandatory for this country. They need to do it. Otherwise, in case they are not following that government rule for this country and they are building something, their car cannot be sellable at the market for this country. Why? Because say they are just doing something at the left side, driver seat. In India, can we run this car? No. In India, driver's seat is on the right side, and automatically your car thing will change. Yeah, luxury is another part that you can do it. That's fine. But this is the way it can happen. But in case it's US, another country, so driver's seat will be on the left side. So that is the way, right? They need to follow that protocol, whatever organization, right, but country or state or they are working, and so that like, and they can have their own body based on their need, but they need to implement it. Now let's see the real-time implementation. I will create some interface. Right click new interface here. You need to same something called interface, right? And give something called basic car, okay, or just car. Give it car, okay. So here you can create some method, say public void engine, okay. So you could see, though you are not defining abstract keyword anywhere, but still it will be abstract method. That is the difference between a abstract class and interface. So interface is a Java type definition block which is 100% abstract in nature. All the interface methods by default will be public and abstract. Static and final modifier are not allowed for interface method. Interface variable are public, static and final by default. Interface cannot be also instantiated because the abstraction. Either interface or abstract class, you cannot instantiate or create an object or instance, and it does not contain any constructor interface. Interface can be used using the implement keyword instead of extend keyword. So there is three things. One is class, one is interface. So class to class extend keyword. Interface to interface also extend keyword. Plus class to interface it will be implement keyword. Please make a note. A class that implement an interface must implement all the unimplemented method declared in the interface. From interface to interface, user can use extend keyword. Like similar way, I can have in number of method, very basic one. Everybody need to follow while I'm designing the car, engine, then wheels, okay, then seats, say horn, okay. This is the basic requirement for the basic car. Okay, then front light, okay, then back light, like that. This is the just basic one. You have n number of hundred of methods there for this interface. Now what will happen? Let's try to create a class called say give something called okay, Hyundai is the company, right? Car company, and I'm trying to create it. Okay. Now let's implement this interface. What is the interface? Car. That's all. Now you could see error message is coming. Why? Because you need to implement all the unimplemented method automatically here. Then you can give something called SO body accordingly. Okay, so one good engine. Okay, right. Say it's five seater, so like sorry, five total wheel including stepney. Right. So I'm defining like that. In case big car, it can be having more. Like I can give something called say total five seats. Five seater, in the seven seater, you can give something called seven seats. So that is the way based on requirement you can implement it. Okay, SO like you can give something called one standard horn. Okay, say okay, four front light, four front light, and in the back maybe like two back light. This is the basic car you are developing, not the luxury car. Two backlight. Okay, now you want to just normally create a normal stuff like maybe i10 or i20 you want to create like normal car. Okay, where the basic feature is there. Okay, so you can create a object or instance, say okay, say i10 equal to new Hyundai. Okay, now with the help of this object you can call all the method whatever required. You have defined everything means that you have to call everything. No, you can just call based on requirement, right? Seats dot engine dot horn dot front backlight dot front light, like that. Okay, so I'll be just using it. Okay, it is working fine. Another example is called bank, right? Whenever you are creating any bank or you are already working for a bank, you know that like bank can have multiple stuff. Like they can deal with home loan, right? They can deal with personal loan, car loan. They'll be having some savings scheme, current account, savings account, all this stuff. So they'll be creating some logic, right? Everything. Maybe bank, I created interface called bank where I can have the logic, all this part. But whenever bank will be implementing all this method, they'll be having their own strategy, because you can go to multiple bank, you could see that car loan percentage different. So for SBI it can be 8%, for HDFC it can be 8.5%. So same thing, but they're implementing a different way, right? For ICICI there may be 8.7%, like that, and it will also vary based on your credit score. right? So they want to define the body, but whatever way it's implemented, another couple of important logic they can implement it, the right, that class wherever it's extending. Okay, now we are already talking about this car interface, and you already implemented something called Hyundai. Now let's try to create one more interface, okay, called luxury car. Let's do it, and let's try to create some method. Okay, luxury car, what things can there? Maybe just basic luxury car. It should have some music system. Okay, it can have some AC at least. Okay, or it can have some reverse back camera, reverse camera. That is the inbuilt few thing you can implement for luxury car. Now, what you can do? You can go to that Hyundai class and you can try to establish that multi-pill inheritance with the interface. You can give comma and you can use that luxury car. So same child is having multiple parent. You could see comma. That's all. You could see error message coming because whatever method is there in the luxury car, you need to implement them. That's all. And you can give a body or not, whatever way. That's your choice. Okay, good camera, okay, back camera, good music system. So that is the way with the help of the interface you can have that multiple inheritance. You can have n number of interface in the class, you can implement it, right? More than one. So this is the child, but interface is the parent here. So one child can have multiple parents through interface. Now we can call this one. You can create any new object also called maybe Hyundai Creta, who is having more important feature based on the price. It's a luxury car, little bit, or you can create something called BMW luxury car, Audi, all this part. Then you can create it, okay, which will be having multiple interface properties called music system. Similar way you can call other stuff dot camera. Okay, that is the way it will work. Okay, you could see all are coming. So this is the concept of abstraction interface, and through interface like that multi-pill inheritance concept we can achieve it. So there are in class to class the extend keyword, interface to interface extend keyword, but class to interface it will be implement keyword always. Any questions? Okay, good. Because this is a very important thing. It might look very easy, okay, but it is not so much easy. Okay, during that real-time programming challenges. So I mean, just you need to do the practice. So that is the way it will be helpful. Okay. Now I'll go to the last important concept from the OPS today, which is nothing but okay. Just here also given some simple example. What is the real-time way we can have it? Right, we can have lot of interfaces. Okay, called addition, subtraction, right, multiplication, division. So that is the way I can have the body method only. Okay, but do not have any implemented anything. Okay, but whenever I'm creating the calculator class, I can implement multiple interface and I can implement the body. Then in the main method, I can use them. This is the another example also given. Just you can just try to work on the code later. The encapsulation part, I already told abstraction is the hiding the implementation of the method implementation. But here, encapsulation is nothing but hiding the data, right, to the user. So in case you want to create a bank account, right, you can show your account number in masking format because that you do not want to share with everyone. Now nowadays Aadhaar card, right, you are creating like it's masked format. So couple of digit. In case you are getting some mail from something, will be giving, no, it will be something called star star your email or star star mobile number, first two digits, then again star, like a cross mark and last two digits. So that is the way they do not want to show everything to everyone, right? They want to hide the data, your account number, or your name, your bank balance, so it will be star star, but you can only see it. Okay. So encapsulation is in Java is a process of wrapping code and data together into a single unit. For example, a capsule which is mixed of several medicines. In encapsulation, the variable of a class will be hidden from other classes and can be accessed only through the methods of their current classes. Therefore, it is known as data hiding. You are hiding the data. They can only call the method and they can get the set and set the value, but they will not know about this exact what is happening there. Encapsulation can be achieved by declaring all the variable in the class as private and writing public method in the class to set and get the value of the variables. So what we can do, we can have the public class, private variable, and then getter and setter method, which will be again public. Okay, let's see the implementation. Let's create a class, something called employee. Okay, select it. Let's define something called private, okay, string employee name. Okay, then public private integer employee id. Okay, give something called double employee salary. Okay, then you can create something like, or do you, if you want to do it like that, let's go to the source. Okay, okay, generate getter and setter, you can call it. Okay, what are the thing you want to do, you can do it automatically, it will create it for you. Okay, you could see all the thing is getting created. Okay, right, getter and setter. Now you could see it is getting the thing, right, employee name, and it is setting, right, setting the name. Now you could see here this keyword I already told last time, this keyword, because you are passing some argument and you are defining some variable here. With this keyword you are able to access this variable from the class level, and with this variable is nothing but whatever you are like passing it. So these two you want to match it. So that is the reason you need to use this dot variable which is defined at the class level, and here whatever you passing you can map it with that. So getter and setter already created for all the thing, or otherwise you can create it manually also. Getter and setter first, sorry, setter and then getter. First you will be setting the value. Here you can create method like anything, you can give it, change it your name, where you can pass it some parameter, and this dot whatever variable name given with the equal to the variable name whatever you are passing it. Now you can get the value. Return type will be just this one, whatever variable you have declared. Now what you can do, you can go to the main method, you can create the object or instance for the employee. So you do not know what is the, you are just calling the method, you are giving the value, you do not know the internal logic. Employee, say emp equal to new employee. Now what you can do, I can call that employee dot set. Okay, saved employee ID, say 2001 employee ID. Then emp dot set name, employee name, say give something called Rahul Bharma. Okay, emp dot salary is double. So let's give something double called, say 30,000 dot 68 paise. We are giving it, right, with the help of the method. Why double is undefined for this type of employee? What is the problem? String employee name, employee salary, yeah, double is there. Employee salary double, that is fine. Okay, sorry, set employee salary 9 instead of getting it. Yeah, that's fine. Now what we can do, we can simply print it out, all this stuff. Okay, employee. Okay, let's print it out. Like employee within a single line called employee ID is, okay, concatenate dot get employee ID. You can concatenate dot get employee name, concatenate and salary. Okay, now let's try to run it. Okay, employee ID is 2001, name is Rahul Verma, and monthly salary is this. So that is the way you are just calling those methods. You do not know the internal part. So this is called data hiding, or this one abstraction is called the hiding the implementation or the logic. Here hiding the data or the variable value. So this is the two difference between Java encapsulation and Java abstraction. So you need to create some private variable with any data type. You should be having the public class, and need to create the method with the help of the getter and setter. Setter will set the value and getter will get the value. So that is the Java encapsulation. Then last part I'll cover today is the importance of final keyword. You already know that importance of finally keyword. You already know the importance of static keyword. This keyword already learned. But today I will discuss about that importance of final keyword in Java. So final keyword is again an non-access modifier, just like abstract, static. Final is a non-abstract modifier. Okay, non-access sorry, access modifier and non-access modifier. Access is public, private, protected, and default. Non-access is like static, abstract, final, all these part. So final keyword is used in different contexts. First of all, final is a non-access modifier applicable only to a variable, method, or class level. Why we need to use the final keyword? In case we do not want to change any variable value, we can make it final. In case we do not want to create any relationship for the parent classes, parent to child class, we can make the class as final parent class to prevent the inheritance. In case we do not want to change something method name, right, we can make it final. Okay, so to prevent method overriding, so variable level we can make it final to make constant variable. Class level, if you want to prevent inheritance, we can make the class final. In case method level, we want to do not want to method overriding some method, we can make it final. So let's see the implementation here. So let's go come here and let's create some variable, simple variable, integer during I equal to 20. Okay, now I can change the value to I equal to 30, like I equal to 60, anything like that. Then if you want to call it, it will be latest value, it will be taken. Okay, but now I do not want to change my variable. I should not ask anyone to change it. I want to make it thing constant. Okay, suppose say like your employee ID, nobody should change it, so you want to make it constant. So how can you do it? You can define something called final. Okay, now you could see the message will be coming remaining line of code wherever you want to change the value. Okay, the final local variable I cannot be assigned. I cannot be assigned. It must be blank and not using a compound assignment. So you need to remove this line, or you can comment out these two lines. Then it should work. So means it is just we are defining as a constant. So you cannot change the value of any constant variable with the help of the final keyword. Now, in case you want class, you do not want to extend into other class. So what you can do? You can use public final, the parent class. So automatically child class or the GAN child class will be having some error. Not parent class will not be having error. You could see error message coming. The type class B cannot subclass the class A, which is final, or maybe that other GAN child class, right? Okay, hierarchy of the class is inconsistent. So you need to remove this word if you do not want to make it final. Okay, so that your thing automatically remove thing will be removed. Now in case you want method, you do not want to make it final, right? You can make it final here, the method level. So automatically in the child class you could see this method will be having some error because overrides this one. Okay, cannot override the final method from the class A. So what you need to do, you need to remove this from here, or you need to make change the final keyword from here. So that is the way this final keyword will work in three different aspects. Okay. So the only difference between a normal variable and the final variable is that user can reassign value to a normal variable and change it any number of time, but user cannot change the value of a final variable once assigned. Hence, final variable must be used only for the values that user want to remain constant throughout the execution of the program. A final method cannot be overridden by any subclass. The final modifier prevent a method from being modified in the subclass. The main intention of making a method final would be that the content of the method should not be changed by any outsider. The main purpose of using a class being declared as final is to prevent the class from being subclassed. If a class is marked as final, they, then no class can inherit any feature from the final class. So I'm just giving the example of the variable, right? At that, in case you are having a college, right thing, like you can you can right give your college name as final, so that nobody can change the final name. Okay, parent class. So there might be some franchisee, right, for every class, and they can extend it that class. But you are creating something that you do not want to have any franchisee, only one and unique in the world. So you can make your classes final so that nobody can extend your class. Okay, method level. Suppose say just giving some example already, right? That your surname, right? Your method you are having called surname, and you are restricted family, so you do not want to change anyone, right? So make it final. Okay, suppose such a drink, like for the animal class we already created drink. So everybody need to drink water. So that you can make it final that method. So nobody can inherit it and change it. So everybody whatever is there, they need to do it like that way. Okay, so this is the way like this part will also work in Java. So I'll be explaining one more time whatever covered so far today. And in case any questions, we can take it forward. So in Java, strings objects are immutable in nature. Immutable is nothing but it simply means that it cannot modify or change it. It is unmodifiable or unchangeable. One string object is created, its data or state cannot be changed, but a new string object can be created. Because immutable object cannot be changed, they can be shared among multiple threads freely. This eliminates the requirement of doing synchronization. Then how we can change it? We can use StringBuffer class or string builder class. StringBuffer class can handle multiple thread or the thread shape, where a StringBuffer class is not thread shape. Okay, StringBuffer class little bit slower, string builder class little bit faster. It's handle single thread only. Otherwise, thing is still same. So both are class Java, which will help user to change the string value. String buffer class is a peer class of string that provides much of the functionality of string. String represent fixed length, immutable character sequence, while string buffer represent growable and writable character sequence. String buffer may have character and substring inserted in the middle or appended at the end. It will automatically grow to make room for such addition and often has more characters pre-allocated than are actually needed to allow room for growth. These are the couple of important methods available: string buffer and string builder, both the class append It will add anything, add text at the end of the existing thing, inside in the middle position, replace with some beginner index, remaining part can be replaced. Delete, you want to delete something from the middle or anything position with the given begin or start or end index. Reverse, you can completely revert the string. Length and capacity is helpful, right, for getting the length and the capacity of the string using string buffer or string builder class. Then Java like is having the OPS important concept, object oriented programming system or structure. Okay, there are four key pillars: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. Inheritance is nothing but the parent child relationship. So whenever you are creating some parent and child class, you are establishing the is a relationship, like your parent properties, primarily method, variable, child class can access. Inheritance, like there are five types: single level or single inheritance. It's like one parent, one child. Multi levels, like chain of inheritance, grandparent to parent to child. Hierarchical inheritance, one parent can have multiple child class. Multiple inheritance is not possible officially through the inter class, but it can be achieved through interface concept. And hybrid is a combination of two or more types of inheritance. Then polymorphism, poly means many, morphism means forms or many way. Like there are two important types, like method overloading, method overriding. Method overloading can have same method with same return type, but we can change the signature of the method by varying the number of argument or type of argument. Whereas method overriding is sometimes called as runtime polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism. It is nothing but the parent and child class, in case you are having the same method but different value, your child class will override the parent class, and then your child class will take the present name. So that is called overriding. Okay, but still if you want to access the parent class details either as variable or method, you can use the super keyword. With the help of the super keyword, you can directly access the parent class thing, though it is like there is relationship established parent child and there is overriding also happening. Abstraction is nothing but the hiding the implementation details. Okay, you can create a abstract class. An abstract class can have a body, sorry, can have abstract and non-abstract method. Abstract method means no body. Non-abstract method can have a body. Abstract class cannot be instantiated, or object or instance cannot be created. You can create one more class, you can extend there, you can implement all the unimplemented method, you can use it there. Interface is 100% abstraction in nature. So no need to define the abstract keyword like there, but still you are not defining, but still all the method defined in the abstract interface will be called as the abstraction only. Okay, static and final modifier not allowing the interface. By default, it will be public and abstract. In case you want to use it in any class, you need to use the implements keyword. Interface to interface extend, class to class extend, interface to class, it will be implements keyword. And through interface, right, you can implement multiple interface in a single class. That is the way multiple inheritance thing can be established in the interface. Okay, then encapsulations is kind of hiding the data, whereas in like abstraction is hiding the implementation details. So encapsulation in Java is the process of wrapping code and data together into a single unit. Okay, in encapsulation you will be having a public class, private variable, and the public getter and setter method. So you can call that setter method to set the value, and you can call that getter method to get the value. Final keyword primarily we will use in three contexts. One is variable level, method level, class level. If you do not want to change the variable value, if you want to make it constant, you can declare that variable as a final, so it cannot be changed. If you do not want to inherit your class to any other class subclass, you can make it final so that nobody can inherit your class. In case you do not want to override your parent class method, you can make it final so that no child class can have same method. It will throw you the error. So that is the way final keyword will help to create constant variable to prevent method overloading, to overriding, and to prevent inheritance. Okay, so that's all from today's sessions. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you, guys.